Rum running was the act of illegally shipping alcohol during the time of Prohibition using international waters to hold and disperse different types of alcoholic beverages. Most notably, this occurred during the times of Prohibition in the United States, when the 18th Amendment prohibited the production, transportation, and sale of alcohol. This term was popularized back in the early 1920s as smugglers would purchase mostly liquor from neighboring countries for the sale in the United States. A very notable rum runner was William Mccoy, a Scottish-American smuggler. Mccoy was most notable only because during Prohibition, smugglers and mobsters would sell liquor that was either watered down or filled with other solutions to stretch profits. However, Mccoy was not known for watering down his liquor, and for his sale of expensive and luxurious liquors gave him a reputable name in the illegal industry. Although it is heavily disputed, Mccoy is credited in starting rum running. McCoy's shipping business went under during the early years of the 20th century due to the expanding railroads and highways along the eastern seaboard. With no new customers and a few ships at his disposal, he decided to transport liquor instead. McCoy would pick up the illegal contraband in the Caribbean, to which he would then move his schooner, the Tomoka, up along the eastern seaboard roughly 3 miles or 4.9 kilometers from the shore, so that the Coast Guard couldn't legally detain him. McCoy's ship, the Tomoka, was infamous for its time, and was a prime target as it mostly carried Canadian and Irish whiskies, which were very valuable commodities. This ship would be stripped of anything that wasn't useful to the ship's operation, so there could be more room for liquor, and was even mounted with a machine gun on the deck of the ship. McCoy, stationing his boat along the coast from a distance, would then expect smugglers to pick up the contraband, either in fishing vessels or small dinghies. This would later be called the Rum Row, as hundreds of ships would sit along this line, waiting for other seamen to pick up the alcohol. This way, the Coast Guard couldn't suspect rum running of any kind, especially from fishing boats. Many gangsters, mobsters, and other smugglers would pick up on this idea to station large boats off the coast, which would quickly gain the attention of the United States government. The U.S. Congress passed a bill extending their national waters from the previous 3 miles to an astounding 12 miles, or 19.3 kilometers. This did not solve the problem outright, but was heavily damaging to rum runners, as it was very difficult for the large ships to anchor so far out, and for the dinghies of fishing vessels to reach that far without raising suspicion. McCoy might have been the most famous rum runner, however, one man takes the title as the most famous gangster to ever sell alcohol during Prohibition. Al Capone, an Italian-American mobster, was infamous during this time. This was not all Al Capone did, as he did have other ventures that he would pursue to make money, but alcohol was what gave him his popularity. Al Capone would often use the Rum Row, mostly along the north near New England and the Maritimes, to ship mostly Canadian and Northern European liquors into the United States. Al Capone would also utilize the Great Lakes to ship alcohol throughout the Midwest, most notably between Windsor, Ontario and Detroit, Michigan. Windsor, Ontario actually became one of the biggest hotspots for rum running, illegal drinking, and alcohol production in the world because of his work in the city and the demanding market of Detroit, Michigan. Because of this, Capone's crime organization, the Chicago Outfit, would have a near monopoly on rum running within the Midwest, as they effectively controlled the Great Lakes. Funny enough, although it is cited that Al Capone did stay in Canada for some time during Prohibition to conduct business, the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, or the RCMP, denies the notion that Al Capone even set foot in Canada, stating that there is no evidence to prove it. Although McCoy and Capone are known for rum running, there are only a few people that are known for actually smuggling alcohol themselves. One of these men went by the name of Habana Joe, who was a runner, a man who delivered the alcohol to the shore from the large boats to Mccoy or Capone themselves. Habana Joe often did his work at night to lower the risk of being caught by the Coast Guard. Habana Joe would use small, sleek boats to run liquor and other alcoholic substances to the shores of the eastern United States, to which men either employed by McCoy or Capone, or whoever he was working for at the time, would pick up the alcohol. After all the alcohol was unloaded, he would quickly and quietly drag his boat back out to sea and sail on the water to make the next delivery. Rum running was only the result of Prohibition, as the product, sale, and consumption of alcohol was prohibited at the time. Rum running would soon fall out of style as the 21st Amendment of the United States would repeal the 18th Amendment, effectively making rum running useless. Although the US did repeal the 18th Amendment, this would not stop McCoy and Capone from making a living through other illegal substances, but this would greatly damage their businesses. From there on out, rum running would only be a thing of the past, as society has since ended the debate on alcohol consumption.